Hello friends, and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul. Yes, the flames of my favorite card game have been lit again, and I'm back with another of my favorite blasts from the past. Now, unlike my previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Venture with Dark Duel Stories, this will be the actual trading card game. No weird rules about type effectiveness, or 5-card hand limits, or fusing monsters by putting them on top of each other, or crazy things like that. No, this is the real deal trading card game, and all the rules that came with it back in the early 2000s. Now, before I get into the game, some of you might be wondering why I'm playing this instead of the next game in the line of Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, which is Worldwide Edition Stairway to the Destined Duel, a game that I would say is a much more upgraded version of this game in every aspect. Well, there are two reasons for that. The first is that I was feeling heavily nostalgic for the really early Yu-Gi-Oh! Era, and this game was my first foray into the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! In video game form. So that fits the bill for me. And the second reason is that I feel like this game has a more defined and easier to control endgame compared to the other one. What that end goal is, I will go into in a moment, but those are my reasons. I will also say right now that my end goal will be a very lengthy process and will involve a lot of duels in this game. Probably more so than Dark Duel Stories. I mean, you saw the 100% completion tag on the thumbnail, right? So if this sounds like it isn't your cup of tea, I understand completely. But if you're wanting to see some old-fashioned Yu-Gi-Oh!, then you've come to the right place. So why don't we get started here, shall we? Alright, so at the beginning here, we have to select a starting deck. Now, how it works in the game is there's like select pools of cards that get selected from randomly. I think between all three decks, they all follow a similar style of pool selecting between them. I think their only major difference is the pool of level 4 monsters they can pick from. And I think if I remember correctly, there were like 3 separate pools of level 4 monsters, and depending on which one you pick from is the one that will be more heavily selected from between the 3, and then there's like lighter selections between the other 2 that aren't heavily selected. So it really comes down to which one just you feel more feels much more appealing. I don't know. I'm just gonna close my eyes here. I'm just gonna pick a deck. I don't remember which one has which selection of cards in it, so I'm just gonna select in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we got the green one. Alright. Yes, I will definitely take a look at my deck here in a second, but I have a few things to go over first. Alright, so we're in. Okay, now that we're here, let me quickly explain how this 100% completion thing's going to work, because there is quite a bit to go over. So first, as you would expect, I have to defeat a bunch of computer opponents in the campaign of this game. So as you can see here, we got a bunch of duelists on the screen here. You just pick a duelist and you duel them. I will have to defeat the opponents a certain number of times to advance to the higher tiers. So for example, I have to defeat every one of these 5 duelists twice to get to the next tier of duelists. Then the next tier will be 3 times each, then 4 times each, etc. But more importantly, I will have to defeat opponents in order to acquire newer card packs in this game, because instead of getting 1 card at the end of a duel, like Dark Duel Stories, you pick a pack of cards and you get 5 cards on victory, so it's quite nice. I do have a list beside me for my own notes, but for simplification's sake, I would typically get a new pack unlocked by winning 10 duels in a tier against any collection of opponents, advancing to the next tier, beating every opponent in the tier 10 times, and then defeating 2 specific duelists in the tier 20 times individually. In this one, I'd have to defeat Yugi 20 times, and then I'd have to defeat Joey 20 times to get 2 separate packs. So it is quite a bit there. And because it's already crazy enough as it is, because why not, I'm also adding defeat all the final tier opponents 10 times each to the overall goal, because there are 4 duelists in the final tier, so just another 40 duels, why not? So as you can tell, there will be a lot of duels. And on top of that, there will be some special events in the game that unlock on certain days that I will be making sure I win, because this game follows a calendar system, and we're starting all the way back in 2001. Most days will be nothing of note, so as you can see here on this calendar, if there is nothing going on, that just means you do a duel, like a regular duel against an opponent. Sometimes there will be special duels on weekends, like I believe these are tournament-style match duels against random opponents. So you get that. Sometimes you get a weekly bonus pack of cards. I think this is kind of mimicking the Japanese Shonen Jump magazine, because I think they would give like special cards out in that. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like that's what it mimics. And there are even some events that happen that don't get listed, so I will have to be on my toes for that. Now, there are 2 special event days. I just want to make sure I actually do win. I believe they happen more towards the end. I think there's one that happens here somewhere. It's somewhere in here, I believe. Maybe is it? Yeah, there we go. So this event here that happens like 6 months worth of duels from now. It's just the Grandpa Cup. Nothing too major with this one, but I do kind of want to win it for bragging rights. And then I kind of glanced over here. This is the National Championship. Now, this is one that I actually want to make sure I win because it's like a grand tournament. So it's like takes place over a couple of weeks in the game on the Sunday day. And it actually restricts one of the opponents you can duel in the final tier. So I want to make sure I win this, and I will probably save Scum for it if it comes to it. So that's the only thing I'm going to like make sure I try to win. Everything else is fair game. So if I lose a duel, I lose a duel. No skin off my back. So those are kind of the main things I'm going for. Just all of those like duels to get all the card packs and the 2 tournaments. Now, if those weren't enough, there's actually one more thing I want to try to aim for. So in this game, for anyone who doesn't know the Yu-Gi-Oh lore, there are 3 special cards called the Egyptian God cards, being Slifer the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, and the Winged Dragon of Ra. In the anime, they were the 3 Egyptian God cards, and they were very powerful cards that, like, the only thing that would basically stand up to them is another Egyptian god. They were meant to be very, very powerful cards. Sadly, you cannot use them in this game. They're just for collection purposes. But I wanted to try to collect them anyway. But there is a very big catch. So the only way to acquire the Winged Dragon of Ra in this game is to get it from a special card pack that is given out once a month, which is this green tag here on the calendar. Slifer and Ra are, or not Slifer and Ra, Slifer and Obelisk are found in 2 random packs that you can normally acquire throughout the game. They're later in the game, obviously, but they can only be acquired through those 2 packs. But you can control that because all you have to do is just spam duels. But this particular pack of cards that you get on these days, you only get that chance once a month. So I don't want to commit to doing this little collection of mine unless I actually get the Raw card. So this goal is, there's a reason there's going to be an asterisk on the thumbnail of 100% completion, because if I do not collect the Raw card by the time I finish all the duels, I'm not going to spend my time trying to collect the Raw card at that rate. But if I do get the Raw card, then this challenge extends into also getting Slifer and Obelisk. So it's an optional goal on top of 2 already lengthy goals. But hey, I want to have fun with this. So if anyone's keeping track at this point, I'm going to defeat every opponent at least 10 times, with specific duelists being defeated 20 times, win the Grandpa Cup, win the national tournament, and if I acquire Raw, I'll be aiming for the 3 Egyptian God cards. Otherwise, that last one will not be included. Okay, you got all that? Good. I've definitely talked long enough here, and I want to play some card games. But let's take a look at my deck here first. So this is the trunk and main deck section of the game. So let's see what my deck got here. And I'm already seeing some good cards. Medora's good. Axe Raider and Battle Ox. Ooh, that's good. Bell of Destruction, otherwise known as Ring of Destruction. I think this is just how it got translated. Pendant, Change of Heart. Okay, so here's some of the lower level monsters. Okay, so 1300, 1200. Okay, I'm seeing a good 1300, 1200. That's not bad. Definitely a few monsters I'm going to get rid of as soon as possible. Got some good defense. Ooh, I got Penguin Soldier. Okay, that'll help. Oh, Pot of Greed! Yes! This is one of the few games that isn't banned. Oh, wow. I got some really... Oh, yes, and I even got Summon Skull. Yeah. Okay, so definitely a lot of low-level monsters I want to get out of here, but the good cards in here, they're good. I like this. So good cards are good, bad cards are bad. Kind of what I was expecting. All right. Time to duel. So I'll probably just try to go for the defeat everyone 2 times in this episode here, because I've already talked long enough here. I probably won't get as many duels in, but I'm up for some dueling, so let's go. Kristen Taylor. All right, so a fun thing with this game, for anyone who has played it, the speed of this game is really, really slow in your duels. What they say you can do is hold the B button, and it will speed up the duel for as long as you hold the B button. But there's a very useful trick. So right now, I'm going to hold the R button, but I'm going to keep it held for the entirety of this rock, paper, scissors, and selection. And when the duel starts, now we're playing in turbo mode. And as I said, there were a lot of duels I'm going to have to do, so we're going to be playing a lot of this in turbo mode as long as I remember to press the R button. So here we go. Kaki, Dredic. Okay, Anne's got average strength. I don't know about that trap, though, so Feral Imp! Oh, yes, and I do have Mystical Space Typhoon. Do I... Well, it wasn't a trap hole. Why not? Masaki! Okay. Not bad so far. Makes me wonder if it's like because I know the computer will sometimes set magic cards. Oh yeah, this is back in the day when spell cards were actually called magic cards for copyright-related reasons. I'm sure you understand where that could get into some interesting problems, especially with another probably more popular card game that I have played before. Alright, good start, good start. I don't even really have to bother with some of my magic cards right now, just I've got my flow going. Alright. You know, I could probably go for like a really big swing right now, so why not? Destroy! It's kind of a shame you have to do it. Griffin Wing, okay. That's a Harpy's Feather Duster counter. Alright, what are we taking? Ishwar Randi, okay. We'll do something fun here. Black Pendant, we'll equip to Dredic for a 500-point boost. That way Vishwar Randi can't even defeat Dredic. Alright, big swing, I like this. This feels fun. I'm glad to be playing some old school Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Especially because a lot of the cards back then, like, it's either you're playing the biggest monsters, or you've got some really busted magic and trap cards. Yeah. Zonky! Oh yeah, you take 500 for that. Good job. Now see, I would be afraid, but I have a Raigeki! Just goes to show, in the early era of Yu-Gi-Oh, the power was really in your magic cards. Or just cards that could really get you value. That's what I notice anyway. Alright, well that's the first duel. Alright, so how it works, you have a selection of packs you can select from right off the bat, and as you win more duels and get more unlocks, you can select from other packs. Now, the thing is, though, these packs follow very closely the Japanese OCG release schedule. So, in North America, we got Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon, which was, like, already a couple of packs ahead of what the OCG got. So there are plenty of cards that never came over to North America. And it's probably for a good reason, because most of those cards suck. So I'm going to go with what's the latest in this trio here for now, which is the Red Eyes pack here. I'll open a few packs of the others, but I want to start with the red eyes. Treasure, thorns. Okay, so nothing really I could use here. I mean, Dark World Thorns, I guess, would be a slight upgrade over something in my deck. I'm actually going to do that. Just a slight upgrade. Just got to find a weaker monster like Eye Armor here. There we go. There we go. Slight boost. Alright, hold the R button. Looks like I'm going second again. Ooh, got Summon Skull this time. That's good. Now, I'll definitely say, a lot of these early duels are going to be fairly basic, so at some point, I could understand if you think they're boring. It's definitely going to be the later duels that are going to be a lot of fun. But, hey, here, I said that, and I just got prevented by a Prevent Rat. How great. Well, I got a Summon Skull to break through it if need be. See what happens. Or Penguin Soldier to return it if also. Maybe I'll fake you out. But yeah, a lot of the later duels are going to be the ones that are going to be more interesting, because we'll see a lot of the later cards in the early Yu-Gi-Oh era. There are going to be a lot of effects going around. A couple of my favorite ones that I'm hoping to get. But the fun part is, I don't know what kind of deck I'm going to end up with, because it is just going to be a bunch of normal monsters to begin with, but then the later packs will have all the fun effect monsters. There's a few I definitely want to try to get. There's another one I'll get rid of. Alright, we'll try this. I really am just trying to keep Axe Raider on the field and keep a monster alive to tribute for Summon Skull. That way I can just keep some offensive pressure going. I've got the Bell of Destruction, which, funnily enough, it's actually a pre-errata of what we've got now. And what I mean by errata, which means they actually changed the card to make it more fair for play or less broken, or to solve ruling issues. So how the current version, which, like I said before, is called Ring of Destruction, you have to select a monster that has less attack than your opponent's life points. You take the damage first, and then your opponent takes the damage, and the monster's also destroyed. But in this game, there's no restriction like that. You pick a monster, you blow it up, both players will take the damage, and there's no limitation on it. So, I think they changed it just to avoid ruling complications, which I think is okay. But there is a lot of fun that can be had with it. Alright, you know what? If it ain't a Prevent Rat or Aquamador, you're about to eat something. Oops. Yeah, that's the one thing with... Yeah, funny story with me playing this way back when. I always hated seeing the quick play prompt for cards like Mystical Space Typhoon. And I actually did not play Mystical Space Typhoons in my deck because I hate these prompts. I want to win faster. Boy, I was silly. Because cards like Mystical Space Typhoon are really good. Ooh, I'm gonna do something fun. I'm gonna knock you out with a penguin. So let's Skull get rid of that, so it's in no way, shape, or form gonna stop me. Go with the Rogue Doll here. And Penguin Slash! Oh yeah, you still have a chance to play quick plays when they're at 0. Okay. And I still have to defeat you 8 more times coming up, but you get a little break. When... If only Pot of Greed wasn't banned. Or, not banned, limited. There's no actual ban list in this game, there's just a limited list. So I think if I tried to put in another Pot of Greed... Can I? Yes, that's right. I am still only allowed 1 Pot of Greed. But I did get... Oh yes, I have to be over here. The Witty Phantom there is a decent power-up, and same with Frenzied Panda. So let's get rid of Dredic, and I think I saw a Fiend's Hand. There we go. Get rid of the Fiend's Hand. So we will re-add another Frenzied Panda and Witty Phantom. There we go. Slightly power buffed. Alright, Taya. Hold the R button. Jeez. I don't know if the game always assumes I just pick rock. Yeah, there is strategy between going first and going second, and if I get a chance to, I almost always go first. In these games, anyway. Later Yu-Gi-Oh! I learned to, like, vary it up with certain decks. But in this game, I usually like to go first to set things up. So, like, I don't really care if I win or I lose the flip. I can still play whatever at this stage, but if I win, I'm automatically selecting first. Okay. Ooh, speaking of Pot of Greed, I play Pot of Greed! I can draw 2 cards from my deck. Oh, there we go. That feels good. Alright, Feral Imp, you are actually strong enough. Let's get rid of Oslo Hero. Now, typically in situations like that, I would... Oh, yeah, speaking of power, I'm glad I did not play that trap hole. Get out of here! Typically in situations where I have a chance to defeat 2 monsters, I will try to defeat the monster with the higher strength. And that way it allows me to set up potentially weaker monsters if need be. That's the thing with the tier 1 opponents here. They still have some good cards. It's not like Dark Duel Stories where you just, like, there's a clear power divide between, like, Tristan and, like, Mai or Mako in that one tier. No, in this one, all of these opponents here have some potentially threatening cards. But the best part about that is I also have some potentially threatening cards. Karyoshin! Alright, Feral Imp can take you out. And now we can go for a good strike. I gotta say, things are working out pretty good so far. Right now, I just really want to focus on the power ceiling of my deck, just to get a couple of cards going. Would that be... It's 25, 35, 43. Yeah, I think I can win this turn. Raigeki is so good. Gonna have to deal with that quick play prompt a few more times, but it gets me a win, and I'm okay with that. Nice. You know, it's funny, I could have just played Mystical Space Typhoon there and blew up my own trap, but nope. Alright, I'll select the Red Eyes pack here one more time, see what I get. Okay, well, in this game I know most fusions suck outside of what you use for Cyberstein, but I did get another Frenzied Panda. So you know what? We're gonna let the Frenzied Panda place another card in the deck. Door Over can stay for one more. It was a winner. I'll get rid of Kumotoko here. There we go. Alright. Let's just do that. Okay, I'm really starting to think the computer knows I'm just wanting to pick rock and get it over with. Alright. Just don't go turn 1 Gemini Elf and I'm fine. Oh, I got Axe Raider. That's a good start. Keep you down just in case. Oh, Tenderness. I will say, though, it is very nice to be using a starting deck. Oh, speaking of Gemini Elf. Well, you just did a good top deck there or something. Or you didn't play Gemini right off the bat. Alright, I have no tributes. I will not bother with the Change of Heart. But it's really nice to be able to have a decent starting deck as opposed to starting with a really, really low strength deck like Dark Duel Stories. Just you can get your power going. That's what I like. Alright, I'm gonna save Komori, but what I'm gonna do is just keep chipping away at her weaker monsters. I might take a hit as a result, which is fine. But I just gotta wait for something that can let me get rid of the Gemini Elf permanently. Also low hero. Okay. Spirit of the Books. Yeah, at this rate, until I draw something stronger, I'm basically netting a loss as far as, like, comparison of life points. Now, as long as she plays weaker monsters like that, I might start getting a slight gap between our life points. Ooh. That's even better. Alright. We'll go Cyclops here. And I will say, sometimes I will probably say what the Japanese name of a card is, because I have watched the Japanese version of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, and at times they will actually use English words for their names, or something different altogether. Like Mystical Elf here, for obvious reasons, they changed it from Holy Elf. So, Mystical Elf, Holy Elf, sometimes I'll say one or the other. So, yeah, go ahead, take your 1,000 life points. And you take my Axe Raider. Okay, computer, you're just being silly. Alright. I might be able to go for game here. Magic cards are busted. Yep, we'll just go for this, and then full-on assault. Yep, I've definitely got game here. And that's game. Alright, what will I win on the next pack? Alright, so I'm gonna bump one pack back, and we're gonna go for the Mystical Elf pack here. See what we get. I like how this equip is a rare card in this, and in the pack I just opened previously, there were equip cards that did the exact same thing, but were commons. Oh boy. I'm gonna be winning some junk cards for a while, I can see that. But now we're gonna move to Yugi. How many times are you gonna Dark Hole me? I'm curious. Also, oh, thanks for letting me go first. Here we go. Later. Gokabor it is. Elf Swordsman. Alright, we got a tie. Not bad. Well, we'll just go into another warrior of our own. Axe Raider. got a lot of my higher power cards right now, too. Alright. Pokeball, you're fine to go offensive. Thankfully, for a lot of these early duels, since they're virtually going to be all normal monsters that the opponents play, they will just kind of go in a, like, top-down strength type of deal, so he's just now playing his strongest card. It's kind of like how a lot of early Yu-Gi-Oh! Went. It was just the computers always played the strongest thing they had, because there was nothing else to do otherwise. Which is fine by me, because it means I can read the flow of the game. And burn! Alright, what can I do? I should be able to go for game here. So we'll go Battle Ox, play the Pendant. I'll let Battle Ox have it. I almost clicked complete turn there. That would have been bad. Ooh, a Sengen! Too little, too late. Because that's game. Now that was duel number 5, so I should be getting pretty close to the first bonus pack the game will offer. And you get those at the end of a duel, so we'll see what comes up soon. I mean, funnily enough, Holograw actually does kind of have a little bit higher strength than some of my current cards. You know, I might even go for that for a little bit. So I got 2 Holograws. I can knock 2 weaker level monsters out of my deck. Should still have a couple here. I'll get rid of Man-Eater and M-Warrior 2. There we go. Now, because I'm going to be winning a lot of monster cards right now, so... Oh, that's actually my first win. I'm winning a lot of monster cards right now, so I'm really just replacing monster for monster. Once I start getting a higher variety of cards, that's when I'm going to start going, okay, do I play other magics? Do I play higher concentration of monsters? We'll see. The Critter has shown up. And yes, that's actually Sanken's Japanese name, is Critter. Oh hey, speaking of Holograw. Let's go... Dark World Thorns! Alright, I know I'm giving you a freebie monster, but I'm just gonna try to keep pressing advantage. Alright, so you have an elf in your hand. Alright. Do I have anything that can topple that? I have a Cursive Dragon with a pendant. Remember, in this one, I have, on occasion, like, I know I've talked about this game a little bit, but I have on occasion continued to keep playing a ridiculously hard Yu-Gi-Oh game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Rechef of Destruction. And if I haven't triggered a few people's PTSD for the game, I actually do still have a game of that I keep playing casually, and it's one that I've beaten, including the bonus opponents at the end of the game. And I keep coming back to that every once in a while just for some fun. But in the game, it follows a very similar structure to Dark Duel Stories, so I have to actually select the monsters to tribute in that game first, and then you play the card. That's why I'm still hovering over some of my monsters to be like, why is there no tributing option? Let me tribute my monsters. Oh, wait, I have to actually say I'm about to summon it first. Alright. Harpy Lady's pretty good. So could I do a strike here? So 1,200, 25, 5,000, 5,800. I think that's game. can see the magic cards just kind of like... They're the effects before effect monsters. And looks like everything's on point. And we'll let Mammoth Graveyard deal the final blow. Alright, so that's 2 wins on Yugi. Alright, so that was duel number 6, so I'll pick the Mystical Elf pack here one more time. And that's virtually nothing, although Tyhone here wouldn't be terrible. I think there's like 1 card I could knock out. Yeah, eventually it was going to happen, door over. You at least won me a game, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so it was Tyhone. There we go. Alright. Now, from memory, I do remember that Joey and Bakura here do have some decent cards in their deck, so if there's a chance I'm gonna lose, it's gonna be these ones. I'm Joey. I'm from Brooklyn, Japan. Okay, just hold the R button. Thanks for letting me go first. Alright, please play... There we go, that's a good start. Oh yeah, should have set the 7 tools. Alright, you've got a decent power ceiling right off the bat. Oh, and of course, the time I would have drawn Trap Hole. Okay, I've got Rogue Doll to back me up. Yeah, as far as normal monsters go in this deck, I want to get up to about the 1500 to 1600 power ceiling for my weaker monsters. Interesting. What could you have done? What could you have... I'm gonna go for it. What could you have tributed? Paddle Guard! Oh my goodness. That's one you don't see very often. Alright. Well, that works for me. I just made you put it into attack mode. No skin off my back. Ooh, good, another trap hole. Alright. I'm gonna put the thorns in attack. And we're gonna go for the Lava Battle Guard here. Okay, we're still kinda stalematey right off the bat. Time for some traps. Ooh. Time for a typhoon! Alright, what could you have stopped me with? Oh, it was Matt. Oh, good thing I didn't play Pot of Greed, because you would have jammered it. 2 more cards. There we go. Now things are swinging in my way. Yeah, in case anyone's wondering who has never played this before how slow the duel goes, if I wasn't doing this little R button exploit, this is probably at 3 times speed. And I'm not even joking. It is very slow when you don't have the speed up activated. Oh, the amount of days I played this game having the B button almost permanently pressed down. Just to not, like, keep it slow. Alright. Don't think this will be game, but I'm gonna get you down pretty low. So close. So close to a black pendant kill, too. That would have been pretty good. Oh, you just did that. Darn it, I kind of wish it was a black pendant kill. Alright, but you're not getting this one. Ooh, here we go. This is worth it. Petite Dragon! Go for the win! Alright. A little hiccup at the start, but not too bad. Alright, so now we're going to select from the Dark Magician pack here, and other than the rare cards, most of the cards in this pack are going to suck. Like, yeah, you see how much these are bad in comparison? There's a reason I don't pick this pack. Maybe I'll pick it one more for the laughs, but I do want to keep picking from the Red Eyes pack for now. The cool thing is, there's the condition of defeating winning 10 duels in the tier, and then there's the condition for advancing to the next tier. I will fulfill both of those at the same time, so I will have 2 new packs I can start picking from. Which is pretty good. Then we'll start getting into some more powerful cards. Oh, thank you for playing that in defense. You would have had to keep sacrificing monsters to attack with Panther Warrior, but I'm okay. Okay, that's bad. Oh, going to tribute. And he plays a Summon Skull right off the bat. Oh no. Help. Help. Should have had the jammer. Help. There's a Summon Skull on the opponent's field. I don't like it. I mean, if you're dumb enough to keep playing things to attack mine first without attacking with Summon Skull, I'm okay with it. But there's still a Summon Skull on that side of the field, and I don't like it. Help. Help acquired. So take your Summon Skull. And I will tribute it for my Summon Skull! The Change of Heart combo! Whew, okay, got out of that jam. Oh, I want a Graceful Charity. Can I have a Graceful Charity? Also, no, I'm not letting you use a Graceful Charity. Get rid of Hologra here. It's just too good. But I want a Graceful Charity. Oh no, Skull Dice! Oh. What's gonna roll? Aw, so all my cards lose 300 attack for the turn. Okay. You think that's gonna stop Summon Skull? I mean, the only way that was gonna prevent you from losing life points this turn was if that was a 2000 defense monster and you rolled a 6. At least it's not like the anime version where it literally, like Skull Dice literally slices or divides the monster's attack by the dice roll. So if he rolled a 2 in that situation, it would have divided it by the attack by 2. And if it was a 6, the attack would have been divided by 6. So get ready for math on that one. And then there was the opposite, Graceful Dice, which took a monster 500 or less attack, and it multiplied it by the dice result. At least they were nice enough to put the restriction on it, because could you imagine a card like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon having its attack multiplied by 6? I just scared myself thinking of that. Alright, yep, still doing the same thing again. It's time for Curse of Dragon! Oh, thank you. It wasn't a defense wall. Alright, still got a little ways to go. This should be game. Skull attack in case you top deck to 2,000. Nope. It was just Beaver Warrior. Okay. Another Duel 1. And if I've got that right, this should be when I receive the first special pack. Find out. But I'm going to select the Dark Magician pack here one more time for the laughs. And look at that, the most useless type of card. Just straight up life point gain cards. Okay, oh, maybe not. It's today. Okay, so on this day, I will receive the special pack. Alright, so everyone's been defeated up to 2 times so far, so let's go for the last opponent, Bakura. Now, you will still be playing a bunch of zombie cards, or cards to a similar undead degree. I think later in the show, he switches to what he calls an occult deck, as opposed to a pure zombie deck. But in this era, zombies are still zombies. Okay, power's not too strong. But I'm gonna try. Oh, it's a tie. Okay. Well, it's not bad, because that means Dark Assailant can't beat Dark World Thorns. However, the Ghoul with an Appetite there can, and I would very much like to keep a Tribute alive, thank you. Let's go... Well, I gotta go for the swing here anyways, because I know one card that Bakura has in his deck, and that's Dark Elf, which is a very strong card. Costly effect, but a very strong card. Okay, so he didn't Trap Hole me or Mirror Force that, so I'm okay. Okay. Okay, I got backup, that's good. See what happens here anyways. Just have Curse of Dragon keep knocking out some monsters here. Ah, Dokroizo. Ooh, Clown Zombie! Okay, good. Another Trap Hole. Getting some backup cards here. It's actually good. I might be able to keep something alive for a Karyushin tribute here. I'm curious what your face down is. Ooh, Fire Reaper. Ah, darn it, that actually... That gets under Trap Hole and destroys Wicked Mirror, you jerk. Alright, well, you got under that, but can you get over Tyhone? Correct answer, no you cannot. And that ends the turn. Bye-bye, Medusa. And yes, that is actually Snakehair's Japanese name. It literally is Medusa. Alright, so that's a little bit more strength. I don't think that's a KO. No, just shy. But it would be a Black Pendant KO if that were the case. Alright, and... Actually... Is that an anti-Raigeki? I gotta find out. It isn't. Okay. I was really curious. I wanted to know what your trap was. But that's game. Alright, so I'm gonna select the Red Eyes pack here, but I also get the special pack. What do we get? Oh, I got an Exodia part. Okay. And again, fusions that basically serve me no purpose. Oh, Beaver Warrior's a possibility, actually. Okay. Oops. Now, with the special pack here, if I remember right, there's a common variety pack and a rare variety pack. the rare variety pack is going to have the much stronger cards, so I'll know which one I got. I hope I see some pretty high power ceiling cards. That's what I want to see. And it is, I think it's random which one gets picked, so here we go. I actually can't tell. That seems like stuff from a more powerful setup, but I got no clue. I don't think I'm going to play any of these cards, though. Like, I don't even play... Like, I don't even have polymerization, so I can't even do fusion monsters. Oh, well. Alright, one more duel against Bakura, and I've got 2 new packs on the way. There we go. Let's play. Yeah, we'll just start with Petite Dragon, I guess. See what comes about. Come on, Dark Elf, Dark Elf, Dark Elf. Okay, it's Armored Zombie. Now, if you're wondering why I was screaming Dark Elf, Dark Elf, Dark Elf, it's because Dark Elf's ability says, in order to attack with the card, you have to pay 1,000 life points. Now, Dark Elf is a 2,000 attack point monster, so it's a very high power ceiling for a level 4 card, which, let's be honest, in this early era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Does make it pretty good. But it means you had to pay 1,000 life points to destroy one of my monsters, so I consider that kind of a bad trade-off, which would have been good for me. Alright, Feral Imp. Alright, so we got our first instance of a field spell up here, but that's only good for zombies and rocks, I think? Oh no, the Man-Eater Bug! One of the classics. Alright, well, Feral Imp served as a good diversion for Rogue Doll. I had a moment there. Okay, well, Bakura's in the lead. What can I do? I'm gonna go swords. Oh, Magic Jammer? Magic Jammer, okay. Not gonna lie, I'm actually okay with having that Magic Jammered. It means you can't jammer this. Okay, in this situation, Armored Zombie would actually be stronger. Then we'll just do that for a little attacking bait. And go Armored Zombie. Okay. That's good. We've restabilized. Until that happens. Oh! 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 It's all zombie monsters. Oh. I'm kind of okay with that, because eventually my Armored Zombie's going to win. Well, my Armored Zombie can just really win now. Oh man, I didn't think that was actually going to happen. It was kind of funny. Alright, more bait. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to destroy Dark Assailant. And then we will let Axe Raider take care of the castle. It was applied through a continuous effect, so I do lose that extra buff, but that's why I attack with Armored Zombie first. Also, our life points are now, like, awkward in the 10s. Okay, this is working out. I like this. We will let... Oh, this, I think this is game. Take the Ronzo here. Powerful cards are busted. It's the reason why these were limited first. And that is definitely game. I'll just let Uranzo finish you off. And that is now the 10th win of Tier 1. So Grandpa Moto here comes around and says, hey, we've got new packs on sale. And by sale, we mean that. Also, I don't know why I got a special pack out of that, but I got another Axe Raider, so I am A-okay with that. Oh, there's Giant Trune too. That could be backup. Maybe it's a special one for completing the 10, because I know I didn't select that. But definitely I'm adding another Axe Raider to the deck, and we are taking out... I think Petite Dragon is the only other low level that I've got. There we go. Okay, with that, I've been going for almost an hour here, and I think this is a good stopping point after having done all those duels. I think there's going to be a weekend-style duel coming up here pretty soon, so we'll get a match duel. That'll be pretty interesting to see. But thank you very much for watching today. I hope you're finding this enjoyable. Like, this is still kind of an experimental thing that I'm doing here. And this is going to be another lengthy type of playthrough with, like, it's going to be very monotonous in some cases. I know we're going to get a bunch of, like, good duels coming up in the future, but it is still a little boring in the beginning, I will admit. But I hope if this interests you that you'll stick around for the playthrough. I'll really appreciate it. And hope to see you on the next episode. So as I always say, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Stay safe, and have a good day.